Well, good afternoon, everybody. That whole I'm not quite accustomed to remembering to say afternoon. I hope everybody is all having an awesome day. I am joined by my wonderful friends Amy, Julie, and David. Actually, managed to get here on time. He texted me a few minutes ago saying that he was running a couple minutes late, and he actually made it in. And we are working on September of the Kona block of the month. And it's purple, so we know that that is up to my favorites.
Mhm.
And I just have to let everybody know I tend to giggle anytime somebody says September because there was an episode of Family Feud back in the Richard Dawson days when they were doing Fast Money. And the first question in there was during which month of pregnancy does a woman begin to look pregnant? And the poor girl said September.
Well,
And
you could take that one step further and say, Miss Congeniality. With what's the best date to go on a or time to go on a date?
and that's like April 13th or something like that.
Yes. It's not too cold, not too hot.
All you need is a light jacket. Yeah, I
Hmm.
let all my coworkers know when it's that day as well. But yeah, if you want a good laugh, just go to the YouTubes and search for Family Feud September. And when he loses it for that one, but he managed to keep it under control. It's when he's trying to repeat the question for the second contestant. He can't get through the words, and he's just laughing and in hysterics. It's so good. So yeah, we're working on September. Do we need to do quick introductions, or do we think everybody knows who we are by now?
Not
If
think
they
it.
don't, it's their own fault.
Right. I'm with David.
Amy, Julie, David. There we go. Everybody's introduced.
That's right. And hello,
Uh,
everybody in the chat.
yep, I'm about to say hi to the folks in the chat who have started to, excuse me, who started to join us. We have Candace this morning who says hello, everyone, and
Hey,
we have
Candace.
Stephanie who says, "Hey there, everyone." We were just talking about you, Stephanie,
Yep. Hi,
about your
Steph.
awesome news that you can't share with folks really. So we're not going to say too much more, except you're going to be at market on this weekend coming up, next weekend, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And you have some fun announcements coming on with that. So
Yay.
we're excited that you have some fun stuff coming up.
Mhm.
And good morning, Cheryl. I'm sorry, afternoon. Afternoon. It is afternoon.
Mhm.
This is why I tell people when I worked at Waffle House, I always said good morning, even if it was 3 in the morning. Because when you're working night shift, it's hard to tell when you're supposed to be switching over from good evening to good morning based on your clientele. I mean, usually you could tell if they've still been clubbing or if they look like they're about to go to work, unless you had the folks who were clubbing all night at Backstreet and then they were heading to work.
Mhm.
Well, I'm a night owl, so it is morning for me.
So, Julie, can we share your exciting news that happened yesterday?
Oh, of course. Yes. Yes.
Okay, then tell everybody because it's your news.
Okay. I got to welcome home, and I'm a little emotional, but we got to welcome home my son, my oldest son. He's in the Air Force, and he's been on deployment. He's been gone for, I think, over a little over a year, and we got to welcome him home. He's on American soil and safe, and we had a big get together with family, friends, and some of the men that he was on deployment with flew in here to Arkansas, and so they surprised him. So
Oh, that is awesome.
it was an amazing reunion. We laughed. We ate till we couldn't eat anymore. And I want y'all to know his little boy, he's 8 years old, and he said, everybody has to leave us alone, just me and my dad, for 5 hours.
5 hours, only
5 hours.
hours.
That's all he wanted. 5 hours. And so we're excited. I thank him and his unit for their deployment, and I hated that I missed the live Stephanie, but I gotta say I watched when I got home and I have laughed. That was probably one of the best lives. It was great. And I am working, all my blocks are done. So I'm just going to be putting them together. So anyway, looking forward to the next so along.
Stephanie says she's glad that you had such a great reunion and celebration. I'm excited for you. That's
Thank
all
you.
you've been talking about for the past I think it's since you found out when he was coming home. That's all we heard. And we're like, we're excited, we're excited, we're excited.
We're excited, but enough is enough.
No,
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 no.
no,
You're
no,
allowed
no,
to
no,
be
no, no.
excited
When
though.
people are coming home, there is no enough is enough.
Mm-hmm.
I
I tell
agree
you,
with
I
that.
never.
Yeah.
It's funny as a mom or a dad, or even you can be a mentor to someone. You're so proud that they're serving, but then you're a mama too, and you're worried to death. No matter how
Yeah.
old they are, you're always a mom. So they're extremely well trained. So it's everybody else you worry about, not them.
Well,
But
the
where
question.
he was at, I am thankful we're here in the States because it was 120 degrees just about every day.
Oh, good golly.
And it would cool off at night to about 90 to 95. That was cool.
Now, how long is he home for?
Pardon?
How long is he home for?
It'll be a while now. He's home for, I think, for quite some time.
Good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he is stationed here in Arkansas. So there's an air base here in Arkansas, and so he gets to be home every night.
Oh,
He
sweet.
flies, and so he goes to work and flies every day, but he gets to come home every night. So that's nice.
That is good.
And he's still on deployment orders until the 15th of October, I believe. So he's actually got like vacation.
And Mama's happy about that.
You know it.
So
But
the
I got to
important
make sure.
question,
Huh?
the important question is when it was 120 degrees, was it a dry heat or a moist heat?
Yeah. They were close to the ocean. So, yeah, it doesn't matter. It was hot. He had lost quite a bit of weight because you just
Oh,
don't feel like eating.
so you're now trying to fatten them up again.
Well, we served plenty of good Southern cooking last night and sweet tea. I think everybody was probably in a sugar coma last night.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
That's the funny thing with parents and grandparents. If they think that you've lost like half a pound, they're like, we need to um,
Oh, yeah,
get you fattened back up again.
that's right.
Cheryl says that she just had to check out the video from the Family Feud thing and is laughing that Richard just couldn't pull it together. Yeah. I think that is funnier than in the Steve Harvey days. That oh good golly, this was probably about 14 years ago. The question was, what part of a man's body is bigger now than when he was a teenager?
I can only
And
imagine.
and the girl said the five-letter P word. And he's just yelling. He's like, I just got this job. You can't be just saying that word. And she goes, I used the medical term. He's like, I don't care what term you used.
That's funny.
We were at work when that episode was on and at lunch. So we were watching it in the break room and we were in hysterics. And the admin on the floor came over and yelled at us. And we're like, but that's funny and we're on break.
Right? Can't we have a little fun?
You got to be able to laugh at work.
Mhm.
Apparently not that loud though.
Ah.
So, when we're done with these blocks, we are 75% done with the blocks.
I was looking at that last night. That just amazes me. It seems like it's gone so fast. Maybe because it wasn't as intense as the dragon fruit.
I think that's part of it. It's all, yeah, because we're only doing one block every month instead of the dozens at times that we were doing.
Right.
Because some of
But
those blocks in dragon fruit, well, I'll be pulling out the seam ripper.
oh.
Oh,
Well, I want to say, because you and Stephanie both remember that you taught me how to paper piece, and that was my very first paper
Yes.
piecing quilt. So if I can do that, so can y'all. And now I am completely addicted to paper piecing. I love it. I see a pattern that says uses paper like the Barn Star sampler. I bought the book, and then Fat Quarter Shop had a box with all the papers, so it makes
Uh-huh.
it a little easier. So of course, I had to have it.
of course.
Yeah, because it said paper piecing.
Yeah, I have a pattern here that is a large number of square in a square units.
Oh yeah.
And by large number, it's nothing but square and square units. It's
Okay.
a queen size quilt
Oh wow.
of 4-inch finished square and square units.
Ooh.
Which one's this one?
Uh, it's a Tula pink one.
Ah, okay.
And it's gonna cost me about $100 in square and square paper. And I'm like, that is worth it because I could print out square and square paper using EQ8. I can do the same thing. But the amount of time it's going to take me to print the papers and then trim down 100, I'm sorry, 300 and 400 and something papers.
Right.
I'm like, it's going to be faster for me just to basically have the Fat Quarter Shop people purchase or not purchase, use their print stuff and
Right.
that because their papers rip out just as fine as newsprint.
Yes, they do.
So,
Now, is this a pattern I'm familiar with? I think you and I
uh,
had talked about it. Do I? I probably have it since you have it.
I don't know. This was purchased like 4 years ago.
Okay. No.
It's called Woven Radiance from Tula Pink. It
Oh.
uses her it uses her basic, so I think the
Uh-huh.
pattern is probably still up on Free Spirit's website.
Well, speaking of Tula, who's ordered the new line that's coming out next year already?
The
Yeah.
coral reef. Is that? Yes. I like
Well,
that
it's not
one.
coming out next Friday.
No,
It's
next year.
yeah. I thought you
April of next year, I think.
yeah.
April, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but you can Bug Fabric had it to where you can pre-order at this year prices.
Okay.
Russ and I have been going back and forth on it.
Yeah, I haven't figured out what I want to order because
I lo-
I'm sure I'm going to end up buying a kit. I'm
Mhm.
sitting here thinking, is John gonna, from Artie's Quilt Company, is he gonna redo one of his patterns in floral reef? And the one that I'm thinking is the going coastal pattern.
Oh, that would
Mm.
be ideal.
Yeah, that would be perfect themed for the floral reef. It's just whether or not he's going to have time to think about. Well, I don't even know if he's even thought about recoloring a pattern in floral reef.
Well, we're giving him ideas anyway.
I know, John, if you're listening.
If you're listening, John, this is what we want.
Mhm.
So I'm probably just going to end up ordering a pre-cut set or two from there for the pre-order, and then see what type of kits end up coming up, because there's shops that have kits that will come out and I'll be like, I want that, I want that, I want that.
Oh yeah. They had one with the link that you had sent me. I looked and I liked the fish pattern
Yes.
with all the fish. But do I need another project? Probably not.
Do you not need another project? So go
Right.
ahead and buy it.
Just buy it. It don't matter. Oh, Rush, you're terrible. You're
Yeah,
rotten.
don't tempt me with buying kits. I don't want to buy any more kits.
I say that
No.
too. And I kind of went on a little shopping spree. I think it was last week. And Stephanie knows because I ordered a bunch of stuff from her. Then I went over to this store and I thought, oh, I like this and bought that. And I thought, what the heck? It looked like Christmas time around here. And I didn't
Um,
need any of it, but I
that's
just wanted
because
to go shopping.
you had to buy a new quilt pattern for your son. There you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, there you go. Well, now I can't remember the name of it, but Stephanie had it on her channel. She was doing it was for like a Quilts of Valor. I can't remember the name of it. It was just a few months ago.
Oh, yeah,
What was the name of that box that
I don't remember.
but anyway, I was watching her do that and I'm like, "Oh, I need that too." So by accident, I ended up ordering two kits. Wondered why when I got my bill it seemed so high.
I've done that a couple times.
Oh
Good
well.
afternoon, Charlotte, who says hello, Russ, Amy, Julie, and David.
Hello, hello.
Hi. I've accidentally on purpose ordered things before.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a few pattern books that I've truly accidentally ordered two of. I don't know how two got into my cart. And with those, I'm like, hey, David, do you want this?
Oh, we do that all the time. I'm about to go through all my supply yet again.
Stephanie says the paper will save my sanity. Yes, yes, it will.
Mm-hmm.
I did end up buying the square and square ruler, uh, thinking that that would probably get me to start, and then I can use the pattern as header, leaders and enders. But it got to the point where I was like, no, I don't think I want to spend all of that extra effort getting these weird shapes cut.
I think with square and a square, it's a lot easier and more accurate to use the papers.
Yes.
It definitely makes a big difference. Even, because I like to do tiny piecing, I have the smallest square and a square papers
Oh
from
yeah.
backward to top.
They even came out with some braid paper, to make braids. That
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
am I saying that right? Yeah. Which would probably keep your braid from going wonky. If you
Yeah.
take one of those.
Hmm.
So Amy, you don't look like you're at home.
I'm not. I'm visiting my parents in Kentucky.
Oh, there you go.
So I'm in their sunroom and the sun coming through the window has activated my glasses. So,
You
so
gotta
I'm
love it.
cool
We
today.
thought you were trying to wear your sunglasses at night.
Yeah.
I have a question. Did you all ever look at this card?
No.
It says, okay, we were supposed to pick out our charms, and on the cutting instructions, it tells you to cut 8 of them at a certain size and 8 of them at another size.
Yes.
Why? I did not do that.
Because they
Which
they
are you
made a
talking the
they
background?
made a good reason for this. It's stupid, but it's a good reason. The ones that are at the smaller size,
Mm-hmm.
you're sewing exactly on the diagonal instead of a quarter inch away from the diagonal. So you're only making one half square triangle from those.
Oh, well,
So
hmm,
what I will tell you what I did is I still made the pair of half square triangles.
I did
So I
too
have
because my
four
brain
extra
couldn't
half
figure
square
it out.
triangles floating around here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
did the same thing because I'm like, I am not cutting that down to 3.5 inches and then doing that and then cutting that and then cutting it down. Like,
yeah, yeah,
Right.
no.
I basically
Stop.
said I'm just gonna do my stand because it's all 3.5 inch half square triangles.
Right.
So yeah, there was no point in um I used what is that? A couple inches of extra thread and everything.
Mm.
But I mean, all you only need one of those. Or if you want your two corners to match exactly, you only need to pull four half square triangles to do it that way. But yeah, that's why it reads a little funky in the instructions.
Yes, I read. And when I was doing my homework, I read, reread, read again, and I thought, they've made a mistake. I could not figure it out. And so I said, you
No,
know
no,
what? I know
it's
what the size is.
December they made a
Oh, they
mistake.
made a
Yeah.
huge one in December.
Yes, and David's going to help us with that.
What do you think David is redoing again? David did not want to spend the time picking it out.
I'm struggling trying to place these half square triangles.
Are you just trying to get them spaced?
In the, yeah, just putting them, where they go and in the right direction. And I'm like,
Oh, the directionality.
yeah, it's like I'm getting thrown for some reason. Probably because I didn't do my homework yesterday.
I did
Hey,
mine
the
last
only
night.
reason why I did homework is because I didn't want to get on my live yesterday is because I didn't want to start something new.
That makes sense to me.
If I, had available time over the next couple weeks to do something new, then sure.
Yeah, you're getting everything prepared for your sister and cousin.
Yep. They are arriving on Thursday. They are excited. I need to send them a text and say, "Hey, what am I supposed to be buying for you while you're here?"
Aww.
Um,
You're
all
going
I
to have a
know
smile like I
is
did.
Gigi wants the purple Annie's macaroni and cheese, and my sister wants some cold brew and creamer because I don't have a coffee maker.
Hmm.
Good afternoon, Carl and Jeannie.
Oh, hey, Carl. Hi, Jenny.
So this goes this way.
And then it's time to pack, pack, pack and go cruising.
Yes.
That's going to be fun.
I've got to go through my list to make sure I have everything that I need to order ordered. Because there's a couple things that I'm like, I need those, I need those.
And was it Ingrid that said, I think the first time she went, she said she packed way too much stuff.
Oh, I'm going to try my best not to pack way too much stuff,
Right.
but I do know that I will be packing a bit too much
Oh, yeah.
because that always happens. I just don't want to uh when I visit my sister, I don't mind forgetting something because, there's a
Yeah.
Walmart or a grocery store or something there.
Right.
I'm on a boat. I can't buy stuff if I forget it.
Right. Or if you have to get something on there, you're probably going to pay quite a bit.
Yeah. So that's the only cautionary that I'm doing is I need to make sure I have everything that I need. And honestly, I know they have like laundry services available on the ship if push comes to shove, if I don't pack enough clothing. But we have like theme nights that we're going to be doing. And apparently there's a Halloween thing happening because it's October
Oh, that'll be fun.
and stuff like that. So we're just trying to make sure that we have those things that we need to do. After this live, I have to go buy shoes. We all know how much I love that because the shoes that I bought a few months ago when I had to go buy shoes, they're the laceless shoes, and those have absolutely zero support when it comes to walking a lot. So I need to go get a pair of walking a lot shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully, David was like, "Why don't you go to Shoe Carnival?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"Because
yeah.
DSW only had wide shoes. No offense to the people with wide feet, but uh, I don't have wide feet, so DSW was completely useless for me. um, so I didn't want to go back to DSW again because I was like, they're not going to have anything that I need. And David said, "Well, why don't you go to Shoe Carnival?" I'm like, "I don't know where one of those is, but there's one
It's next
next to a
door.
DSW up in Kennesaw."
Oh,
Hey,
Stephanie, are you
yeah.
going to do something for his birthday while you guys are on the ship too?
Good afternoon, Linda's Trendy Threads. How you doing? And then this is going to go this way. I know Stephanie's been trying to figure out what we are going to sing for karaoke night, and I was
I
like,
hope somebody videotapes
you
that so we
can't legally call what I do singing."
Is that what you're
Uh,
doing for your birthday celebration while you're there?
huh?
Is that what you're going to do for your birthday celebration while you're there?
I have no idea what we're like. I don't know what day we're going to karaoke. She just said yes. She just yesterday asked me, "What are we doing? What are we singing for karaoke?"
Mm.
And I
I
was
like
like,
that one you talked about. Hey, Mickey. That song, when
"Hey."
you said that, I kept singing it.
Yeah. And you can kind of, like, if you did that karaoke, you could kind of speak it, not sing it.
Uh-huh. She did suggest that we should sing Suddenly Seymour as a duet because that is actually in my key. Like I pulled it up yesterday. I'm like, that's in my key. I can kind of do that. I mean, it's the key of miserable, but I don't know if, she could sing the Rick Moranis. No.
Took me a second.
Speaking of Rick Moranis, you heard he's coming out of retirement.
For what, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids this time?
No, Spaceballs 2, The
Oh,
Search for More Money.
just what we need.
A lot of the OG folks are going to be in it. So, like Daphne Zuniga, Mel Brooks is reprising Yogurt, and President Scrooge, I think they said. Josh Gad is in it. He's helping write it. And Rick Moranis officially came out of retirement for that because he went into retirement in the early 2000s when his wife passed away so that he can, raise his kids and stuff.
Yeah, good for him.
I don't know if Spaceballs 2 is officially going to be subtitled The Search for More Money, but that's what they said that the subtitle would be in Spaceball 1.
I think it's kind of funny because it's like all these actors are all coming back to do Spaceballs too, and then they did The Search for More Money.
Ooh, I wonder if they can get Tim Russ to come back and comb the desert because he's posted on what is it on social media stuff. He's like, I'm an accomplished actor. I've done this. I've done this. I've got, 7 years of Star Trek Voyager underneath my belt, and all people want is that one line from Spaceballs. We ain't found. Charlotte is saying that she just found out that if you watch a YouTube video on your phone and like it, and then you also watch it on your TV, you can give the video a second like. I don't know if that's 100% true. It might, but from what I understand, the likes are associated with the account. So you may have your TV on a different account from your phone, maybe? Because that would just go wonky with the algorithm. And YouTube doesn't like people knowing anything about the algorithm. This goes this way.
I do find like if I'm watching a live on my phone and then like I switch to my tablet or something, it sometimes it doesn't what refresh or whatever, so then
Uh-huh.
it looks like you didn't click the like button when you did. That may be.
That makes sense. The cache is stuck or something.
Yeah.
I do know that YouTube has like a gabillion servers, and none of the servers are ever properly in sync, and they accept that. So you might be watching on your phone on server A and then on your TV on server B, and if you hit like on both, when it actually finally comes in and conglomerates all the data, it registers only one like, um,
Yeah, that
and
makes
things like
sense.
that. There was a time, and I don't know if it's still the case, there was a point where YouTube videos would stall at like 151 views or something like that. And it was because all the servers were intentionally out of sync. And it took a while for them to start validating that the views and everything were legitimate.
Hmm.
Because I watched a video on how um, roughly YouTube does some of that, because obviously they're not going to explain exactly how it works, but there is appropriate, it's something with scalability that you can have your servers be slightly out of sync, inputting data and stuff like that. And there's a process that goes in and melds the data into a proper system. Obviously, you're not going to want to do that with inventory, but when you're doing it with things like likes and views and stuff that needs to be accurate, but it doesn't need to be immediate, that's an easy way to make sure everything gets done like that. Because I have been many times where the a device, whatever device, will tell me a video has 0 views, and I'm like, but it's got 14 comments.
Mm-hmm. Well, then they came up with this hype. And for the longest time, I thought, what in the world? And I always try to leave a comment because I know it helps y'all. And I couldn't figure it out until Steven said something that you can hype if you want, but you go back, you slide it back, and you can add a comment.
Ah,
Yeah.
But
But
what
I
is
didn't have that.
hype? What is that? Because I
yeah, that's something I haven't seen.
You hadn't seen that? Oh, it shows up on yours. I want to share. I think it showed up on Stephanie's. It showed up on Steven's. The smaller channels, and he said something about YouTube is trying to the smaller channels, I guess, get them out there, and so you can give them so many points. Like it might show 1,380 points, and all you do is push hype, and that gives them some more points
I've not
to.
seen that.
Oh wow, yeah, check it out. And I'm not explaining it right. I know, but you talk about confusing, and it was like YouTube, just leave stuff alone.
I know that new thing that they've done with the badges, the number one, number two, number three badges in chat.
Yeah, what's that about?
Uh, it's stupid because
Okay.
um, the max you can get is 75 points,
Mm-hmm.
according to what I've read. But it's basically the people who get fastest up to 75 points are number one, number two, and number three in that chat session. So the folks who start early chatting and they're doing a lot of chatting, then you are going to probably be the number one for the chat of the day.
Oh, okay.
It may stale out a little bit, for lack of a better phrase, where if you don't chat for 20 minutes, you may get pushed back. You may lose your status as number one.
Oh.
Um,
Is that saying maybe that's important to people
so it could be
to see a
important to
number?
people. Well, I know for the channels that have memberships,
Oh,
and I I really don't want to do memberships because that takes a couple dollars out of people's
yep.
wallets. And honestly, most quilters are on of the age that they're on fixed incomes. So I don't want to take another like $5 out of their income when they can spend that on, a quarter yard of fabric or something.
Right.
So, but
Thank you for that, Russ, because you know
yeah,
our
I mean,
hobby is expensive enough.
yeah. And the folks who do those usually have other things that they will provide. So they'll provide like a Zoom with them, and I'm like, I'll do that for free. Or some of them provide like a pattern every month, and I'm like, I don't have time to write a pattern. So because I don't have the resources to provide anything of value, I'm definitely not going to do membership. But the channels who do memberships, you have the option to put little icons next to your name in the chat, and that just helps you stand out a little bit, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's I I don't see the big point in that because I'm not one of those, crazy people that have to be hyped up like that.
Right.
I mean, I do get it because it helps you stand out a little bit more from the rest of the group.
Mm.
I see it a lot more when it comes to gaming channels because the gaming is usually a lot more with the kids these days,
Uh-huh.
and they will uh but a lot of those they their primary streaming platform is Twitch, not YouTube. So there's that other thing. So, but yeah, I'm just like I don't see um a big value specifically from me try to do memberships.
Right.
Now, if I have to somehow try to figure out how to make YouTube my daily money, then maybe I might do memberships, but I've got a job for that right now.
Right,
Mhm.
like if you had the time to provide that,
Yes, I would
the
have to
actual added
I would have
benefit.
to have
Yeah.
time to provide good value for whatever I'm charging people. And yeah, and even if I did memberships, it would be solely voluntary in order to do that. And you would only get whatever I could. I'm like I said, I wouldn't do something where you can't get access to these videos or you can't get access to this on the platform because that's just unfair.
I'll tell you what, I have done this before with a couple of channels that accept that. If there is something I really like and I am so glad that they provided the pattern for free or something, and it'll say like buy me a cup of coffee or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that,
Yeah,
where you can give them
I've
a
halfway
dollar or
thought about
two.
some of that, but that just feels like too much work to try to figure out how to set up.
Yeah. I have done that before as a thank you, but
Like a tip, it's like a tip.
Yeah.
yeah, and I
Yeah,
appreciate that. But anymore, everything's just, it's just, everything's getting so stinking expensive and like,
Yeah, and
nickel and diming is what I
yeah,
mean to
and
say.
again,
I got to cut some of it out.
limited incomes, I don't want to nickel and dime people.
Right.
Charlotte says you only get 3 hypes per week, and it's fairly new, so I may have to um look at that.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything you set up because, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say.
no,
I'm
I don't
sure.
either, because I've seen it on, like, it doesn't matter what video I'm watching, it's
Mhm.
there. I think it's just a YouTube thing.
Yeah, I just
Well,
haven't
I
I must not
heard
have seen
that.
it.
Yeah. Well, what Steven said is if your channel, if you've got 500,000 subscribers, you won't see it on their channel, I guess. Like maybe like, a big one like Missouri Star or something like that. But I mean, my gosh, how many YouTubers are out there that has that many
Right.
subscribers?
There's quite a few out there that have that many subscribers though.
That's a
Yeah.
lot. Hmm.
I mean, I've seen some channels go from like 30 subscribers when I find them to like 5,000 within a week.
Oh, wow.
I question how they got to that 5,000, but that's not for me to fully, say out
Worry
loud.
about.
I'm not going to say there's ways around the system. I just find it amusing when you have 5,000 subscribers, but only four people in a chat.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Charlotte says, Stephanie, so I'm going to say this as well. Stephanie, please wish Luke a happy 8th birthday from everybody.
oh yeah.
I would say let's sing to him, but you're not allowed to sing that song on YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Well, happy birthday, young man.
We can sing it in spirit.
I don't really know what the status of that copyright is because I will hear, like, I will watch one video that says that the copyright was invalidated for such and such reasons, and then I'll see another video that says, you know, and I think it's Warner Music that's going after it with the copyright and stuff. So I'm like, I'm not risking anything with that.
No, it's not worth it.
Well, especially if you semi work for them too.
I mean, yeah, knowing who I work for, I'm really not risking it.
Yeah. But I think sometimes, like things like that, they should just let people sing happy birthday.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
It's just people.
Well,
Right.
there's a channel who had a video of theirs torn down or taken down because they
Yeah.
used a 7-second clip of the president speaking that Bloomberg was claiming they had the copyright over. And I'm like, it was you, it ticked all the fair use policies
Yeah.
of the use. The channel is thinking that the copyright strike went from based off of retaliation because they got a that channel got a better uh news story about GPU shenanigan things than Bloomberg
Yeah.
did because Bloomberg published a or they published their video initially. Then Bloomberg published a video. Then the other channel published a video, and Bloomberg's views significantly dropped. So they filed the copyright strike. And then Bloomberg's watches went back up. Um, Basically a giant mess. And
yeah.
Bloomberg's like, you can get a free license to do this. And they're like, but that is still caving into something that you shouldn't have to be caving into when it's free use. Because when you
Yeah.
start having to get licenses, the next one may not be free.
Right.
And like if you start doing like the patterns of, oh well, you bought a license last time, why aren't you buying a license? Why don't, or if you got a license last time, why aren't you getting a license this time for it? And if the answer is, well, because you're now charging, they're like, but you've been getting licenses, so you should be paying for it. So yeah.
Well, and they're watching like Warner because of AI.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing's gone crazy.
One of my coworkers sent an article that basically said that companies that are using AI have employees that are spending all of this extra time fixing what AI did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
See that.
And I'm
It's
like,
just
but couldn't a human have done it right the first time and not had to worry about fixing it?
right. Well, and then, if AI messes it up and then the human goes in and fixes it, then AI reviews it and they put it back to where then the human has to go back in and fix it again. Right? Like, I don't know.
And my employer is trying to push all this AI use with everything. And I'm like, how do you do AI when it comes to finance and accounting? Like, the numbers are what the numbers are. You can't AI, you especially can't AI accounting.
No. And oh my
Kind of
gosh,
like,
could you imagine?
And I'm like, how are you, like, with finance, especially with the way that our industry is, you can't have AI come up with like variance analysis stuff. Like, why did our like EBITDA or something go down? And just I can't even imagine what AI is going to say.
well, I'm just going to say this. There are some things that are just left best that the humans do. Like in
Yeah.
the industry that I am in, absolutely nuts that they're letting self-driving trucks with 80,000 pounds driving. That's stupid. That's absolutely absurd. A human needs to be doing that, not
I've
a
seen the
computer.
self-driving taxis here in Atlanta, and I'm like, they kind of scare me.
Oh,
They
they're
should scare
fun.
you.
I
They
mean,
need to
I
scare
admit
you.
that they're probably safer than the other
No.
crazies that are on the road,
Uh-uh.
but
Mm-mm.
the other crazies on the road drive very unpredictably, which means I feel a little bit more scared in those. When it gets to the point where maybe there's more self-driving cars than human driving cars, then maybe I might be okay.
Let me share a little something that happened a few years ago. I was driving one of those trucks that it wasn't fully all self-driving, but it has all the cameras so that if it detects, it'll have a braking, if it detects that you're too close to a vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The camera on the truck picked up a shadow. I was going under a bridge and it picked up a shadow and it thought, it was like vehicles up above
Yep.
up ahead stopping. That thing slammed on its brakes. I'm in the middle of Memphis, Tennessee, which is like Atlanta, Georgia. You got
Yeah.
traffic everywhere. There was cars because nobody has a distance following anymore. There were 18 wheelers and cars scattering everywhere because that truck shut down. And
Mm.
I like to have caused a major pileup. Thank goodness people were paying attention, but vehicles went everywhere.
Yeah.
That is not good. That is not safe.
So Mark Rober, one of my favorite engineers and YouTubers, he did an experiment with I don't remember if they were all self-driving or whether he was just doing the experiment with the automatic braking system,
Hmm.
similar to what you were talking about.
Right.
Because some vehicles have uh, the cameras doing the stuff, and some vehicles are using lidar to do that.
Hmm.
And the experiment that he did was if you are in a torrential rain and there is a pedestrian walking, will like where you can't see the pedestrian with even your human eyes,
Right.
uh would you end up hitting the pedestrian? So obviously he's not using real pedestrians, he's using
Right.
mannequin things,
Right.
dummies. And oh, there was two experiments he did. That was one of them. And it was a mixed bag as to whether or not the car stopped.
Hmm.
But the bigger interesting one was you remember the Looney Tunes with the coyote and they would he would draw the road on the wall.
Hmm.
And he's
Yeah.
like, I wonder if we can, do the coyote fake out. And every vehicle that had lidar was safe in that. It stopped before it hit it was a um styrofoam wall, so obviously it wasn't going to make any damage. But there was he has a Tesla and they only use cameras,
Hmm.
and he went right through that wall.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like he was like that was one of the scariest things because he knew that he was going to be safe because it was styrofoam, but the whole fact that it did not stop for him, and he's like that's terrifying.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think the danger with like those type of vehicles where, they do all these things for you, I would think that you would tend to start to get a little bit
Yeah,
lax in
Lazy.
your paying attention to what's going on. And, what if it's a situation where your car fails to do its job and you've
my niece
being in the
actually
habit of checking on your mirrors when you're driving and paying attention to the cars in front of you and you
my
know
niece got in trouble because she was just using the backup camera to back up at a gas station, and she tapped a vehicle. She didn't realize she tapped a vehicle because it was a barely tap and everything.
yeah.
And she drove off. And the cops come up to my sister's house and says, um, your vehicle was involved in a hit and run. And my sister starts freaking out.
Oh.
And after the conversations, they realize what happened. Niece comes out and says, I didn't realize I hit the vehicle. And they were like, yeah, it was I I don't even know if actual damage happened or if it was just superficial, like very light or something like a scratch.
Yeah.
But she's like, I didn't realize that I had hit. And as my sister was going through everything, that's when they realized that she was only using the backup camera. She wasn't using the mirrors or anything else to see how close she could have been to anybody else.
Hmm.
I mean, backup cameras, very helpful. Love them to pieces. But I still like, especially pulling out of my driveway with all the walkers so many times because I don't have the beep 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 on my car that says a
Yeah,
walker
I
is.
don't either.
So uh like I will get down to the bottom of my driveway. This morning there was some walkers from that direction and they stopped because they're like, okay, he's coming out of his driveway. And I'm under the impression if you're a walker, you don't have to stop
Right.
while I'm in the vehicle. Now, I will still stop as a walker for other people because I don't trust other people.
Right. You need to pay attention. You can't just trust.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't trust everybody, but it's great to, see that some people are being a little bit helpful. But I lived in Boston for those years, and, if we don't stop for somebody that's in it, I'm sorry, If you don't stop for somebody who is at the crosswalk, even if they're still on the other sidewalk and they want to cross, you can get a ticket.
Oh.
Well, in your neighborhood too, people park crazy.
Oh yeah,
Um,
well, let's not even discuss those people. I've I have made enough posts on our Facebook page that says you need to park in the direction of traffic. Like I need I need to become friends with, Cobb County police officers and say, "Can you just come through the neighborhood and just start ticketing people?"
Yeah.
Hmm.
My neighborhood, they park crazy. I mean, there's limited parking in the driveway. So, but like the neighbors behind us, because our driveways aren't like my driveway isn't right across from the people across the street. It's kind of off. So if they park on the street next to their driveway, I can't back out of my driveway
Yeah, we have
Crazy.
that with
without
the
going into their yard or hitting my mailbox.
Okay, it's 2 o'clock. How far have we gotten?
I am done. Are we ready?
I've got this
Um,
block.
I'm not done.
yeah.
Oh, Russ. Yes. Okay, and here's mine. Oh, they
Yay!
look
Gorgeous.
great.
Purple,
Oh,
purple,
yes. Beautiful.
Purple is the best month,
Yes.
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 which makes me now wonder what color palette we're getting for October, because I would have imagined that would have been the browns for Halloween and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or like
I
pink
want
for October too.
the what?
Cancer awareness. You would have thought they'd go pink,
For the
maybe.
pinks, yeah, that could have been it too.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the full kit, so I don't know what October is yet.
I do, but I don't know where I.
You don't remember? It's
It's in
fine.
my bucket somewhere.
Well, we will have like about 4 weeks or so to figure that out. Let's see, one, two, yeah, 4 weeks to
4 weeks.
figure that out.
Okay, good.
So that's when we will come back with everybody is the last Sunday in October, because everybody's,
Yay.
or at least I'm still around. All right. I'm finally back from my adventures and everything else from that. So that's going to be a good weekend to do that. Cheryl is saying that they all look fantastic. Stephanie's saying beautiful blocks. Thank you,
Thank
everybody. I
you.
want to
Thank
thank
you.
Amy, Julie, and David for joining me on this additional crazy week of putting our blocks together. Like I said, we are 3/4 of the way done. We have 3 blocks left, and then the piano keyboarder. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited. This is getting closer. Um, so we will figure out when we are doing those. Like I said, October is going to be or October and November are definitely the last Sundays of the month. One, two, three. It, we may have to negotiate November because that's Thanksgiving weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know December is Stephanie's retreat, so
Right.
that's going to be probably the first weekend in January pushed
Okay.
because I don't want to take away anybody's time before Christmas on that, so we'll push that. But that's for future us to start figuring out. So thank you, my friends, for joining, and to everybody out there, hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm gonna go find shoes because that's the most miserable thing in the world. Bye.